ClickIQ. We are an automated talent attraction technology. I'm going to show you the system in a minute, but before I do, quick little bit of background. We all know that attracting talent is getting more difficult. We have an economy that is booming. We have lots of jobs, very few candidates, skill shortages, Brexit is happening. We also have changing behavior of our job market, so much more millenniums, Gen Zs, or as I like to call them, young people. And we also see this move to attracting blue-collar workers as well through gig economy. And you know, the expectations are changing. The move, the Amazon sort of effect of consumerization, people using their mobiles, and you know, the whole marketplace is getting more and more difficult. And to compound that even further, we're in a media landscape that is changing rapidly as well. So I think you'd have to live under a rock if you hadn't noticed Google for Jobs coming along. Indeed continues to be a £400 gorilla in the market and buying everything that it possibly can get its hands on. We had Facebook for Jobs launch, which is slightly rubbish, but still, it's still a positive move in terms of seeing these sort of big media players moving into our markets. And lots of other stuff as well, rise of the networks and so on. All of this change means that we're getting much more complexity within how we actually attract that talent. And just posting a job is no longer enough. So the market is shifting, and it's already happened in the US, and it's happening here very rapidly as well as it then spreads across through Europe. And we're seeing the big four start to dominate, so Google, Indeed, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And what's interesting is all of those guys work on a performance basis, whether it's pay-per-click or pay-per-application. And we're seeing that effect then spread across all the job boards in the sector and a general move towards this performance buying. And what you find the minute you start thinking about doing performance buying is that if you don't have the tools to manage it, your spend gets out of hand real fast. Because the problem is all the money is going on the very cheap clicks to the easy to fill roles. So effectively, this is where ClickIQ come in. So effectively, what we're doing is we are providing our clients with automated technology. We use all the latest machine learning, programmatic stuff to effectively manage and optimize your performance advertising. We also have an integrated chatbot through Recruitment Bot that we acquired a couple of months ago, because as we know, attracting is one thing, but converting and engaging with people is another. So by including a recruitment chatbot within the process as well, it means that we generate even more return on investment for our clients. So in terms of the business, we're a UK business, private equity backed, multi-award winning, and we work with predominantly in-house recruiters. We do work with a number of recruitment agencies, RPOs, people like Kelly, Adecco, AMS, and so on. And our big kind of in-house clients, people like Argos, Avis, Paddy Power, Mitchells and Butler. So we're used to working with these big brands. In terms of how it works, before I show you the system, let me just sort of explain what happens to a job within the system itself. So effectively, we automatically take our clients' jobs either from their website or directly from their ATSs. They get uploaded into the system. The system then analyzes each of those jobs and figures out how easy or difficult it is to fill. It also is able to automatically allocate it to specific campaigns that you've already set up. So for example, if you are recruiting finance managers in London, you could set up a specific campaign in terms of how much budget, how many applicants you want to generate, and as soon as that job is seen within the system, it will allocate it to that campaign and then carry out the actual campaign itself for that. We then, once the job's in the system, it's had a budget assigned to it, we then go out to a whole network of different job boards, and we also integrate with Facebook as well if you want to reach passive candidates, and I'll show you exactly how that works in a second. We work with people like JobLift, who were on earlier. And what is interesting is the change of approach. So in the olden days where we go, okay, well, let's pick our 3 favorite job boards, or we start to get clever and we're using people like Vonk to kind of predict which job boards will produce the best response rates. We take a slightly different approach in that because it's performance-based, you can effectively advertise everywhere for free because you pay for the responses, not for the advert. And because you can advertise everywhere for free, it increases your reach significantly. And then what happens is the system continually monitors the response rates that that particular job is getting, and then it allocates budget based on what it is seeing in real time. And it also provides you with all the data behind that, so you can see which jobs are working and which jobs are not working, so you can do something with it. So that's effectively how the system works. Now, I have very carefully saved these as open tabs, because never do demos with children, animals, or Wi-Fi live. So this is effectively a summary screen that you see when you log into the system. So the system shows you, example, on the right-hand side here, how many jobs, how many applications you're getting from those jobs, conversion rates, cost per click, and cost per application. So you can see for these particular clients, the system's managing nearly 200,000 jobs right now. The average cost per application, £1.26. On the left-hand side, you see spend. So it works like a bank account in that you load budget onto it, and then the system manages that budget to deliver you those applications in the most cost-effective way possible. A couple of graphs at the bottom show you things like activity over time, so clicks, applications over time, and then on the left you can see individual job board performances. So you can see here how many applicants came from Indeed. You can look at things like the actual performance in terms of conversion rates, cost per application on a job board level. So there's tons of data. And you can also cut this based on time. You can pick any time basis that you want at all. The second level down is the campaign. So the way the campaigns work effectively is the system allows you to set up as many campaigns as you want. The campaigns themselves, you basically set up criteria that a job will be allocated to it for. So maybe it's finance or London or whatever it is. When that job comes in, matches that criteria, it'll be allocated to that campaign. The next part is you set some goals. So for example, this is where I'm risking the Wi-Fi. You can set how many applications you want to deliver on a job level, whether that's maximum amount possible for the budget or a specific number. You can set budgets, and again, you can get into really sort of granular level on a job basis of how much money you want to spend for the campaign, per job, so on and so forth. That's definitely not going to load. Anyway, so that's the sort of second level down. The third and final level is on a job level. So the system allows you to see all of this data on a job level as well. So each job, how much money has been spent, how many clicks it has generated, how many applications has been generated, and so on. So if I were to go into one of these jobs here, so here's a list of jobs. If you go into one, it actually shows you what the system is doing to actually optimize that job itself. So it's not just a case of post and hope for the best. What this graph is basically showing you is the system managing an individual job across all of these different job boards. So if it sees one job is performing particularly well, it will allocate for more money, and therefore it will increase how much it's paying per click, and vice versa. It also is able to detect when it can no longer generate any more applications from a particular job board, and then it stops. So this is happening on every job in real time across every job board that it is posted across. I also mentioned Facebook. So we're able to target passive applicants using Facebook, and effectively what the system does is you upload some creative, it merges that creative with the job description to create an advert, something like this. You then select who you want to reach through the Facebook campaign targeting, and then it will automatically stick that advert in the target set that you've identified's news feeds. When those people then click on that, then we can drive either directly through to your website, or we can push it through to a chatbot who will then convert, engage with that person, and particularly for the passive candidates where they're not with CV in hand ready to apply, we can start gathering data, engage with those people, and complete the application process. So that's the demo bit, and I've got 47 seconds. So in terms of the results of that, well, basically big savings and big improvements in performance. This is a quote from Anchor, who improved theirs by 70% of spend while still maintaining the sort of quality and volume that they had. And it costs just £299 a month for it. We don't need to put tags in place because we can use predictive technology, though over time, ideally you would, because then you can see actual data rather than predictive data. We also offer free trials. And in conclusion, the system is designed really to save you time, to save you money, reach more applicants, provide this job level optimization, everything in real time in a single point across 60 countries. 2, 1, we are done. Thank you very much.